What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate, reverse rants, no hate. So, Claressa Shields versus Savannah Marshall. The whole card is going on this Saturday. Let me check something real quick that I want you guys to pay attention to because Savannah Marshall did say this, and I remember when she said it, I'm thinking to myself, what the hell is she talking about? Like, what? And I sat there and I watched the whole thing back, and I'm saying, okay. I know the conclusion I came to based on what I saw, but I just want y'all to hear something, and I want y'all to hear Claressa Shields' response to the question. Then I'm going to say what I have to say.
Open workout day was, she branded you an idiot and she said that, you shouldn't be making this about race. Could I just get your response to her saying those sort of things?
What do you mean about race? What is she even talking about?
That's what she said to us on Boxing Social in the workout on the first week.
I don't really care about what she's talking about. The fact is this: I'm black and I embrace my blackness. She's white and she can embrace her whiteness. Who gives a fuck? Honestly, it is what it is. I think it was some fans saying that I was hating on Savannah Marshall something, and I replied back and I had said, one, why would I hate on somebody who I got more accomplishments than? And I said she wants to be me. And what am I? Just the fact that I said, oh, she wants to be black, she wants to have 2 Olympic gold medals, she wants to have undisputed championships. It's like so it's okay for me to list that she wants all my accomplishments, but it's not okay to say that she wants to be black. I only said that because she only talks about my nose, talks about my hair, and talks about my butt, which are African American features that people talk about. So when I feel like when you talk about them, you want them. So Savannah Marshall wants a big butt. Savannah Marshall wants a big nose. Savannah Marshall wants to be black. So that's what I said. But it's definitely not about race. And it doesn't matter whether I'm fighting against white, Mexican, black, whoever. I'm still going to have the same attitude. But it's the thing of me saying that she wants to be me, and then me saying the black part. Everybody got all in the, oh my God, she said black. Shut up. Canelo embraced the fact that he's Mexican. Okay? He embraced the fact that he was only cheering for Andy Ruiz against Anthony Joshua because Andy Ruiz was Mexican. So what is the problem? I'm cheering for everything black, so I'm cheering for me. Done. And if anybody got a problem with that, they can, she's an idiot for embracing her blackness. Okay. It doesn't even make sense. So it's not even about race. People try to make it like, oh, you don't like white people. Whoever said that? I got so many people I got white family members. Like what are we even talking about? Some people get to just talking. Learn the facts. I have been all around the world. I have so many friends and family who are all different shades and everything. So ain't nobody racist and don't nobody hate white people or Mexicans or Hispanics or whatever. I love all people. I love those that love me. So if Savannah Marshall don't love me, who cares? Who cares? But I don't have to defend myself and say, oh, I'm not racist. It's already proof there. And if you can go and meet any white person or Mexican who I've met face to face, I've never mistreated anybody as far as in that category. So people don't know the definition of being racist. But at the end of the day, that doesn't change anything.
Yeah.
It really doesn't. Because I can be white and still fight the same. It doesn't matter. So her saying that I made it about race, no, she just got her feelings because I said she want a big butt and she want a big nose like mine, and she got her feelings about it. That's it.
I think well articulated, Claressa. We're pushed for time, so I'm just going to sort of put 2 into 1 here.
All right, so let me react to that. And this is something that certain people brought to my attention, which I saw this. In fact, I remember one of the press conferences that they had, like way back when this first started. This was after Claressa Shields beat the last opponent, and they had their little altercation at outside of the ring. And I said, why is she always talking about the size of Claressa Shields' ass and her nose? I said that in a video. Go look in the archives. And I said, I don't understand this. The same way how Jake Paul kept talking about Tyrone Woodley. I want to squeeze those cheeks, all those big juicy cheeks. I'm like, what is going on? Like, is this like supposed to be the new thing now? The new mindset of a fighter is I want to talk about making sexual advances at people, or just saying things about people's body parts. Same way how when Jarrell Miller was talking about Anthony Joshua, he's got a small picker, and I'm like, why are you talking about screwing the man moms? You talking about the size of his junk? Like, I've made videos where I didn't base it on those comments when I made mentions of it, because to me it's just like, what the hell am I listening to? Mike Perry just had a fight with Michael Venom Page and bare knuckle fighting, like, I think mid-October or something like that. I mean September or something like that, middle late September, whatever it was. And Mike Perry's getting up, twerking his ass in front of the camera, saying he's going to twerk in Michael Venom's face after you knock him out. And I'm just like, okay. So even when you hear me say things like boxing sucks right now, just watching certain things in general, combat related, where people are not speaking like warriors anymore. People are just trying to win arguments. They're in their feelings about petty stuff. All of that stuff goes into what I'm saying. And I remember saying, why she keep talking about how big Claressa Shields' butt is? First off, Claressa doesn't even have a big nose. So Claressa's saying big nose, but she doesn't have a skinny pointed nose. No. But she doesn't have a big nose. But regardless, so what? That's one of the things I said, like, what is all of this soap operas? What you talking about? So I said, well, how would Savannah Marshall feel if Claressa said you got a flat ass? What then what would it be, right? And I remember after looking at the comments that people were making, yes, they were saying, oh, Claressa's a racist. Oh, Claressa's is a narcissist. Oh, she thinks she's all this and this. Oh, I hope that girl takes a real good lashing. Oh, she needs to be humble. And I'm just like, wow. So you can like who you like. Who cares? Let me make you aware of something who's not aware of this. And I can sit here and pull up the receipts and show people. You guys know I do it all the time. It's like, I can't say every person that's not black that I haven't seen, put it like that. There may be videos I haven't seen, but for every video I've seen, and I make a lot of videos, and I watch a lot of videos, every person with white skin is predicting Savannah Marshall is going to beat Claressa Shields. Are they saying it just because they want her to win because she's white? Are they saying it? Is that the reason? Or is it because they really think she's just a better fighter than Claressa Shields? Because every time I hear that, I see that, it's like, why does everything have to be made about race? So when she made that comment, I saw that video and I'm like, what the hell is she talking about? So those are the comments that Claressa Shields made. But let me tell you something. Anybody of any ethnicity can make those same type of comments, because you're not even talking about boxing. You're talking about body parts. And pretty much, it's like, in terms of accomplishments, we know who's accomplished far more. And yes, they keep holding on to a victory, which A whole lot of people, truth be told, is saying Claressa got robbed, man. She didn't lose that damn fight. But who cares? I'm not here to prove anything about what happened. I saw the fight. I know what happened. I really don't care about that. That was in the amateurs. And regardless, it's like, for every time, like I said, I see the comments or you see a video, it's always somebody, like I said, with white skin saying, she's going to beat Claressa Shields. She's going to stop. I believe she knocks her out. She has too much power. Claressa Shields is, and it's just like, okay, now that's all good that you feel like that. But if and when Claressa Shields beat her, what's the excuse going to be? So pretty much, point is what? You're cheering for your countrymen, or you're cheering for someone that has the same skin tone and the same hair and eyes as you do. Is that the reason why, though? Because at the end of the day, I remember seeing those comments that people were making and just hearing people talking, and I'm like, yeah, I didn't really say too much about the situation because it's like, see, I don't want to give certain things light because it's just so like ridiculous. But it's the same thing. It's just like it's like, for example, look at every fighter that says something about the way Anthony Joshua's physique look. They're either fat and sloppy or scrawny. Even if they have muscle tone, they're scrawny. It's like, basically, this isn't bodybuilding. He's just a bodybuilder. Oh, he got too much damn muscle. Hey, they didn't say the same thing about Holyfield. They didn't say the same thing about Kid Norton. You understand what I'm saying? They didn't say the same thing about Bruce Seldon or James Thunder. You understand? But it's like, it's something about when you look a certain way. So I feel like they wish they could look, have a muscular physique or whatever. People have said the same thing about me. Well, they learned the hard way. And some of them learned before they got the chance to learn the hard way. He's a bodybuilder. Oh, he got so much damn muscles. I don't think it's natural. Oh, he's too damn sculpted. Too sculpted for who? So if I say, yeah, it's because you want to be me. If you were talking about, for example, look at how many years people said black quarterbacks weren't good quarterbacks because they scramble too much. They run too much. They don't stay in the pocket like they're supposed to, like a traditional quarterback stays in the pocket. Well, was John Elway black or white? Because he scrambled a lot. Was Steve Young black or white? Because he scrambled a lot. Was Eric Hippo black or white? Because he scrambled a lot. So was it about race when those comments were made? Because they all came from who? Not black folks. So the traditional quarterback stood there and got fucking concussions like Troy Aikman. Took the hit, and look at what it did to their life. Look at what it did to their careers and their life. And you're worried about making a particular play by standing in the pocket because you're too stupid to run and scramble and still make a great play, versus I'm gonna stand here and take the hit and allow this quarterback, this lineman or whoever, to stick his helmet in my spine and knock me out. And then what a tremendous heart by this quarterback. And you done had concussion after concussion after concussion. You're not the same anymore. So I'm just saying. Then the whole white men can't jump conversations. All of these things that's said, right? What's the purpose, though? What's the purpose? Because I'm just like, okay, white men can't jump. Black quarterbacks don't play like the traditional quarterback. They're not good at quarterbacking. Just so much things that we saw and heard like as kids coming up. And then you see these same little stigmas, these same little stupid like opinions that people have about what people are and what they aren't. Like when people say things like black people run fast, they're naturally more athletic and have rhythm. Let me say this. I don't know and I don't care. It's not something that I sit and focus on. Let me see if this white girl know how to dance, or this white man know how to dance, or this black man. Listen, at the end of the day, whole point is people make stereotypes. Like, for example, I always hate when a black person speak without a lot of ebonics and things like that, and then people say, oh, you talk white. But then when you see a white guy on a video talk about, yeah, you know what I'm saying, she man up in the building, yo, he a real nigga, yo, he talk like a nigga, yo, real short, yo, he a real nigga, yo, like, no. So basically what you're saying is this is how we as black people all talk. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, you man up in the building, you out in a fucking park somewhere with no damn roof over your head, but you're in the building. Oh, it's just a saying. It's a stupid saying. But my whole point is, these stereotypes and things that people use and they say every day, nobody challenges it, and people make it like, oh, it's just a normal thing. So I don't understand how a fighter who sits and talks about the size of, and she said it several times, her nose, I'm gonna punch it, yeah, and talk about her big ass, and she's the one saying this. Why haven't anybody, okay, who's from the same country as her, same situation as her, say, why are you making this about her ass? Why are you making this about, you talking about her nose? Why are you making this that? It doesn't sound racist when she says it, but then when it's said back to her, then it's racist. You want to be me or you want to be black. Whatever. Plain and simple. That's the type of thing where like somebody can see you wearing a certain thing and go, just say, for example, you got a brand new outfit on, new sneakers or whatever. You might have even wore this a couple of times already, but it's new to the person watching you. And then they'll say something like, they'll look at your sneakers and just say something like, oh, I saw some sneakers, man. Those sneakers are, oh, like everything that you have that they don't have. And they're always bragging about something that they don't have. Because they simply won't, they don't, not that you even want it, but they can't say, hey, I like those shoes. Hey, I like the outfit. You know such and such. Yo, that motherfucker can dress. Oh, he be wearing this and they don't dress good. They don't have a variety of clothing and sneakers and stuff like that. But they're bragging off what someone else has. Why? Or trying to criticize because they don't have it, because they want it. That's why. They want it, and they don't have that. Simple. Just like when somebody tries to say that Savannah has a psychological advantage over Claressa because she beat her in the freaking amateurs. Like, bro, there was no knockdowns, no knockouts. It's a point system. And again, you guys are stuck on that. And like I said, it makes it look like, damn. It makes you act like, what else did Savannah Marshall accomplish? Because all y'all talk about is how hard she hit. Oh, she punches like a man. So did Ann Wolf. So did Ann Wolf. And let me tell you something. I forget the lady's name that Ann Wolf knocked out, the real tall white chick. Well, yeah. I have yet to see a female, including Savannah Marshall, top that knockout. So no, Savannah Marshall's not the first female fighter that I've seen that had crazy power for a female. Like had, so yeah, Ann Wolf had that kind of power. And I've never seen, so to say, well, Savannah could have did the same thing. Well, we don't know that, do we? And who cares? The whole point is, at the end of the day, the only time that people make those type of comments is because they're jealous of something that you have. Like I said, that you have something. It's like if somebody's broke and they'll say, oh, money ain't everything. And I agree, though. Money's not everything. Your character, your personality, who you are as a person, none of that has anything to do with material things. If you base your life on that, then who are you? What are you? But this whole thing is like, I always said, this is a fight between two good fighters. They don't need no fake beef. Guys, if you guys remember me making that video, they don't need no fake beef They don't need any of this nonsense to pretend to build this fight up. Just let the fight happen. All of this other extra nonsense, it's a turnoff for me. It might be entertaining to these little young pups that don't know any better, but I don't get anything out of that. I want to talk about someone's ass, the size of it, how big or small it is, the size of their nose. I want to talk about, and I'm not even talking about like, you know who, like a guy like Shannon Briggs, who basically clowns everybody. And it's not even about a skin color thing. He's just a clown. Like when it comes to like making fun of people and talking about how I'm gonna target that big head of yours or this, that, or whatever. Like I've seen him go at it with, Rampage Jackson. I've seen him go at it with James Toney, where they're saying things back and forth, like just saying a bunch of crazy stuff and cracking on each other and trying to build up to a fight or whatever, or just trolling each other. But which they're all black on top of that. But regardless, that type of stuff to me is like, it's not entertaining to me. But if anybody is going to say, and let me just make this point first. Is anybody saying that Rampage or that Shannon Briggs is racist because he said those things to other black men? Now, let's say he said those same things to non-black men. Would that have been racist because he's saying you got a big ass head, I'm a target, I can't miss that big head, and you got a pot belly and all that? You're not in shape to fight me, Okay. So this is the whole thing. This is a guy, in fact, with the James Toney situation, he was saying there was no value fighting James Toney. Nobody's hyped up behind that. James Toney, and remember, James Toney, that's when he dyed his beard black again. Because he was walking around for the longest with that little white beard looking like Mr. Brown, right? And then he basically was trying to make something happen because he didn't have a fight to get in. And if you remember, James Toney was saying he wanted in. When they was talking about Tyson and Roy Jones and then bringing back Klitschko and Lennox Lewis and all that, and he was saying he wanted in. And nothing happened. James Toney hasn't been active at all. Shannon Briggs was saying there's no value there, and that they gave him an offer for like $50,000 to fight against James Toney, which is nothing when you really break all that up. And to fight for those wages, I mean, at their ages and where they are in their careers, is like, it's still a lowball offer even for them at that point. And too much at stake for you to go in there. First off, nobody would have been paying really a lot of attention to that fight, which is what he was pretty much saying, Shannon Briggs. The situation with Rampage, I know they did have the MMA guys versus the boxers. The only fight that I'm aware of was Pulev stopping Frank Mir. Anything else I didn't really know. And the only reason I paid attention to Pulev, that fight, was because Pulev had just fought Anthony Joshua not too long before that. I mean, after that. Yeah, well, yeah, he fought, after he fought Anthony Joshua, then he fought the MMA fight against Frank Mir, which was stopped in like the first couple of seconds of the fight because he rocked Frank Mir and had mercy on him, and he was gone, and the ref just stopped it. So I saw that, and then that was supposed to be the build-up, and then it was supposed to be Rampage versus Shannon Briggs in a one-on-one in the boxing match, and then he was going to do another fight on another date in a cage. So they was trolling back and forth, what I'm saying. They troll each other. That stuff is not entertaining to me, but it is what it is. Sometimes people say some things that might get my attention and make me laugh or something like that. But other than that, just saying, this whole situation where I didn't understand the video when I saw, and Savannah Marshall was saying that, Claressa should be making this about race. Like, what the hell are you talking about? And I remember watching the video, and it's like, okay, so yeah, she said that you want to be black, and you saying you want a big, yeah, you keep talking about the size of her ass, her nose, you keep talking about things that people, you go to any country in this world, if they talk about black women, what do they say? Black women got big booties, they got big titties, or whatever, that's what they say. Now, since about, I would say, maybe since like 2015, people have been saying like, what if white girls been eating? They're starting to grow booties now and stuff like that and whatever. And you understand? This is conversation you hear people talking about, right? Because naturally, what do they say? White girls are known for having hips, tits, and no asses and stuff like that. It's like all of this shit. This shit come out of white people's mouth as well. You understand what I'm saying? They'll say, "Oh, she has a nice little tight ass," and I'm just like, all right. This is boxing, though. Why are we talking about this stuff? You understand? Why are we even having these conversations? So when I said these things in the video, a lot of times I think when you say things, people hear you and they'll, yeah, you're right, but blah, blah, blah. And yeah. But it's like, then it comes up again. And you're like, yeah, really? Why? This is an actual thing. Again, this is what I'm saying. Now, mind you, Claressa Shields didn't just bring this up. The interviewer brought it up. Why did the interviewer even feel the need to bring it up? Let's hear what Shields has to say about that. Out of everything that Savannah Marshall did say, it was all repetitive anyway, but what she did say, he felt the need to bring that up. Same thing, my family's mixed with a lot of shit. My father's light-skinned, very, very, very light, way lighter than me. My mom is dark-skinned. Who cares? But here we are talking about boxing and this type of stuff comes up. This is what I'm seeing. The format for boxing has changed. The interviews are getting more and more cringeworthy. Certain things I don't even want to talk about because we're talking about boxing, but somewhere in boxing I don't understand when fighters are constantly saying that. It's just like for a guy that goes in the gym and does all upper body. And then people make fun of his legs. That's the guy that comes in the gym wearing long shorts or sweatpants all the time because why? His legs are scrawny. Now, if he starts to correct that and starts to build his legs up, watch how all of a sudden he don't wear long pants anymore. Because now he's comfortable. But when his legs are scrawny, you understand? So imagine that's the skinny guy going, I don't even care about legs, man. These guys walk around big legs and thighs and stuff, man. Like, I don't care about all that, whatever. You're trying to shoot down someone who is the total package because you don't have that. Why is he saying that about that person's legs? Because he wants to have bigger legs, stronger legs, well-defined legs, but he doesn't have that. He's all upper body. So yeah, people make fun of his chicken legs. They're not making fun of his legs because they want to have scrawny legs. It's just noticeable that you're all upper body and no legs at all. You understand what I'm saying? But at the same time, like, look, Deontay Wilder, for example. So I guess now somebody who's dark-skinned going to say, oh, you making fun of his legs because he's dark-skinned. You hate dark-skinned people or some dumb shit like that, which I've actually had people make stupid comments about light-skinned and dark-skinned people. And when I talk about white people, we're talking about dark-skinned black people versus dark-skinned versus black light-skinned people. So we're jealous because he's dark-skinned. I don't have scrawny legs at all. And I'm not scrawny anywhere. And I'm not jealous of anyone about anything. But you understand my point? So if I'm dark-skinned and I say it doesn't hurt as much. Stupidity. So, and she's 110% right. Canelo always talk about Mexico, and he don't want to. Remember, this is the same guy that don't want to fight Mexicans because he's Mexican and he represents Mexico. And I made the same point that she made a long time ago. How people was talking trash about whatever the situation was, and I'm saying, look, the same way they asked Anthony Joshua who was his favorite fighter, he said Canelo. When Anthony Joshua fought against Andy Ruiz, who was Canelo cheering for? And they spoke and talked to him. He's going with got to go with my countrymen. And he went with who? Andy Ruiz. Not the guy that viewed him as his favorite fighter. What do you think meant more to him? He don't care. Why? I'm going for my Mexican guy. So why? If Claressa Shields say, well, I'm going for Anthony Joshua because he's black, then what's the problem? I remember her making that comment, and you had Black Americans going, that motherfucker ain't one of us, he's British. It's like, wow. So the ignorance is just so widespread. It's just so widespread. Even the person that was in, I don't remember the guy's name, got the little 5 o'clock shadow beard and the square haircut, like a game show host, minus the beard, and he says, there's a reason that Savannah Marshall's in this fight. There's a reason why this fight's happening in the UK, and all of this, like, it's like, okay, so let's say if it had, what if that fight happened anywhere other than the UK? Anywhere. It didn't have to happen in the US. Why anywhere other than the UK? What, that wouldn't even been a point he made. So to say it's a fight that it's why is the reason why it's in the UK. There's always something somebody can say that a person can take a certain way or feel like you have some explaining to do. What do you mean by that? Just saying. People have no problem embracing their nationality. People come to different countries holding their flags up, waving it, singing along. They don't even know who's fighting, but they're there because somebody's from their country there, and they're fighting. And yes, I'm saying this, and I mean it because I see it all the time. When Black people speak up and just embrace their Blackness, when they say something in regards to cheering for another Black fighter, there's always some discrepancy. There's always some, oh, it's racist. It's racist because what? Because a Black person is cheering for another Black person. But it's okay for Philippines to come to the USA and cheer for Pacquiao and wave their flag. It's okay for British people to come to the USA, sit in the crowd and wave their flag. It's okay for Mexicans, okay, whether you're whether you're a Mexican American, whatever you want to call yourself, or whether you come straight from Mexico when you live here and you're waving your flag, okay, in America. What does it matter? That's just you being supportive of your countrymen, right? But then when a Black person simply speaks on behalf of another Black person, it's racist. Man, we've been dealing with that bullshit forever. Forever. You never even hear me on this channel talking about, yeah, USA, America. No, I just talk about fighters because I'm not a fan of anybody's. American, Black American, white American, British, whatever. Philippine, Mexican, Puerto Rican, whatever. I like fighting. There are fighters that I like, but it has nothing to do with, oh, if you're not Black, then I'm not cheering for you, or I've never been on that. So I can say everything I'm saying. Never been on that. But don't think I don't notice. I see the energy. I see the negativity. There's no way for you to say that someone is racist because they speak up for Black people or they cheer for Black people or they embrace their Blackness, but everybody else do it. It's just normal. It's just, we're supporting our countrymen. Like I said, we've been dealing with that bullshit forever. Forever. So when I heard this, I'm like, yeah, I'm just sitting there because fight weekend is coming up and they're starting to do more interviews and, just talk. And I just, this one, I'm sitting there and I'm just like, wow. Because the title of this video is Load of Shit, Fuck Off, Claressa Shields, Furious at Peter Fury, it hits back at Savannah Marshall race comment. Okay. With all this talk about, so pretty much like, okay. And he's talking about how she hits like a man and all this and whatever. We know, look, I don't care about who you think is going to win or even who you want to win. But I do notice how people quick to say something on behalf of their countrymen. Like it's okay, but point the finger at someone else for doing the same thing. I remember when Adrian Broner was talking about going to 140, and I said I would keep Adrian Broner as far away from Josh Taylor as possible, because Josh Taylor was hot at that time. This is before, the Catterall fight, and then he robbed Catterall. Adrian came back and fought that C-class fighter. So now imagine black people saying, "Oh man, you selling out." I'm selling out because I think Josh Taylor will beat the shit out of Adrian Broner. I just think that's a fight that he shouldn't take because I don't see him as being ready for that fight. This Adrian Broner, the same way how Anthony Joshua is not the same fighter, and we keep saying the same things. Well, at the same time, Adrian Broner, he struggled to be the C-class guy. So what would be the purpose of sticking him in there with Josh Taylor? I don't think he can beat Regis Prograis. I don't think Adrian Broner can beat any top guy at 140. Any A-level guy, no. He can beat a C-level guy. B and C, A and B guys, they're too much for AB. So that's just me speaking my opinion on what I've seen from Adrian Broner. So I'm a sellout if I'm saying Adrian Broner, I would keep him far away from Josh Taylor. And Josh Taylor in particular because, like I said, he was hot, really hot at the time. And if I say that Adrian Broner, I don't think he'll win, but I want him to win. I'm just going with my countrymen. Oh, that's racist, Aries. So you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. But again, the same thing that other people do and say, it's okay. So I didn't hear anything that I felt was racist come out of Claressa Shields' mouth. And I said, bottom line, the woman just keep talking about this. You see the size of her butt? Why you keep talking about her butt? Like, it's crazy. And that's what I'm saying. You didn't hear anybody make comments about, man, stop talking about the woman's nose and her butt. Like that. Why are we even talking about that? Let's talk about the skills in the ring, right? No. But when you respond, then it's racist. And she didn't say anything to her about her little flat butt, her flat chest. Like, she didn't say anything to her about that. She didn't say that. She didn't say anything about the fact that she doesn't have a feminine shaped physique. She didn't say anything about that. But I've heard other people put it in the comments. Okay, simple. And we all have 2 eyes to see. So again, if you don't have hips, if you don't have a butt, if you don't have certain things and you keep bringing it up about another particular person, then you got to ask yourself, well, how many other fighters have she fought and she's made the same type of comments about the size of somebody's butt? Or, the worst I've heard her say about someone was against Claressa's last opponent when she called her a mere child, which I felt was disrespectful. Like, damn, you calling this person a child? This is a grown woman, a mere child, and disrespected her skill set because she's calling her a child and pretty much saying that Claressa should have, got that girl out of there and this and that. Okay, or whatever. But I mean, she's not talking about the woman's ass. She's not talking about her nose. And yes, if someone, it's just like, for example, I don't have nappy kinky hair, but I also don't have long hair that I can do this and it just flows, right? So if someone was to describe my hair texture to someone, they would reference it in a category of, black people hair. So what does that mean? You're identifying that my hair isn't like yours. It doesn't feel like yours or move like yours. It's soft in the motherfucker though. No chemicals, no nothing, just naturally. But at the same time, that's how they would identify my hair. Okay? They would not sit up here and say, oh, we all have the same hair. So in other words, let's say if somebody who don't look black, but their hair was like mine, and someone said, you have hair like black people. Why would they reference black people? Because of the texture of the hair. So they're acknowledging that the hair is different. It's not like mine, it's different. Now, if someone is trying to, oh, I'm glad I don't have hair like you, or look, oh, your hair is not like mine. Wouldn't that be some racist shit to say? And could you not see a person saying, you must wish you had my type of hair? Because why are you bringing my hair up? Just saying. Anyway, the fight's going down. this weekend. I want to check the fights out. Hopefully, nothing else happens to postpone the fights, but we'll see how things go. It is what it is. We need to stop making this soap opera stuff a part of boxing. We really need to. Let the fighters fight. This is what it needs to come down to. Not all of this distractions or trying to create a distraction, trying to get under people's skin or whatever the tactics are by people just making up nonsense in their heads and trying to make it like it's a thing because they just want to. One person says something and everybody else starts jumping on, giving their opinions. And before you know it, now we have a race war. So instead of it, may the best woman win, it comes down to the skills in the ring. Regardless of who you want to win, it comes down to a race thing. I don't want her to win because she's not one of us. I don't want her to win because she's not one of us. We're not stupid, man. We see how things go. We know. But like I said, I will address certain things when I feel the need to. I don't want to make this channel about race wars and all that. But when we see things, I just felt like, I'm going to speak on this because here we go where, someone is making comments and then the interviewer decides that he wants to ask those questions. Why? Because this is on his channel. He's going to speak on it and he's going to give his views on it. And people in the comment section, as usual, always have a lot to say and don't pay attention. But again, one-sided and want it to be one way. So basically, your countrymen can never do or say anything wrong. They can never do or say. So what happens when your countrymen fight another countryman? Are they always right? Can at any point in time, do you ever hear them say anything and you feel like, no, that wasn't necessary. That was tacky. That was uncalled for. I don't like that. Or it's entertaining. Anyway, talk to me in the comment section. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.